Hey guys, and welcome to my tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how to crochet this Thanksgiving turkey. So what we're going to need for this pattern is a body color. I'm using brown, but you can use whatever color you want. And for the feathers, I'm going to be using this darker brown here. Again, you can use any color you want if you want to do like a red or orange and make it a little bit more colorful. We're also going to need yellow for the beak and the feet, and we're going to need red for the little wobble underneath his chin. Other things that we're going to need are going to be a crochet hook. I'm using a size G crochet hook, scissors for cutting our ends, and then needles for weaving in our ends. So the first thing we're going to start with here today is going to be the body. We're going to start with our brown or whatever body color you've chosen. I think beige would be also a good color to use. And I'm going to make the little knot for my hook. And we'll get started with a chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. After that, we're going to join these chains together with a slip stitch into the very first stitch, so that we're going to create a little ring. So we're going to create a ring like that, and now we're going to do a chain 3, and while I'm doing this chain, I'm going to be weaving my end into the chain just to make it a little bit shorter and get it in there a little bit tighter so it won't come undone. And then the rest that we can't fit in there we'll worry about later. So after the chain 3, we're going to do 11 double crochet in this center circle here. In the end, we're going to have 12 because we're going to count this chain 3 as one of our stitches. So if you want, go ahead and work your 11 double crochet in the center ring, and I will see you when I get back. So I just finished with my 11 double crochet. Remember, if you count at the end, you're going to have 12 because this chain 3 that we did at the beginning is going to count one of your double crochets. So now to finish off this round, we're going to slip stitch into that chain, and it's going to create our little circle. For row 2, we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and then in the same stitch that we just did that chain 3, so right here, we're going to do a double crochet, like that. And now, in each of the next stitches along, we are going to do 2 double crochet in each stitch. In the end of this, you're going to have 48 stitches. So I'm going to go ahead here and show you once. So this chain right here, the next one along, we're going to do 1 double crochet, and then we're going to go back into the same stitch, and we're going to do a second double crochet. So if you want to pause the video here and work your 2 double crochet in each stitch along, you'll have 48 at the end, and I will show you what to do when we get back. Finished my second round of 24 stitches. I believe earlier I said 48. That's what we're going to have in the third row. This is the second row. So just like we did for the first row, we're going to slip stitch to finish off the row and complete our circle. Now for the third row, we're going to chain 3 just like we've been doing, and then we're going to double crochet in the same stitch as we just did that chain 3. And now this is going to be the row that we're going to have 48. Last round was 24 stitches. This one is going to be 48. I misspoke. I apologize. So we're going to do 2 double crochet in each stitch along, just like we did for the last one. So if you want, go ahead and pause the video here, work your 2 double crochet in each of the stitches along. You will have 48 at the end. This time you'll actually have 48, and I will show you what to do when we get back. Okay, I just finished my third round of 48 stitches. Now, just like the last round, we are going to slip stitch into that first chain so that we finish off our row. And this is it for the body. So we can do our chain 1 and cut our yarn. We can finish off right here. Next, I'm going to go ahead and grab my feather color. I'm going to be using this brown, but like I said earlier, you can use any color that you really want to use. So to start our row of feathers, you can attach your yarn anywhere on your circle. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to be attaching mine where I left off. That's what I usually like to do. And we're just going to tie our yarn on here. And we are going to attach the body with one single crochet. So we're just going to go ahead and do one single crochet to attach our yarn. Now we're going to do 18 single crochet in the next stitches along. So we're going to have 19 in total at the end because we just did one single crochet to attach to the yarn of the body. So if you want to pause the video here, work your 18 single crochet stitches along, remember 19 in total, and I will see you when we get back. Just finished my 18 single crochet. So now what we're going to do is turn our work, and we are going to slip stitch into the first stitch along. Now what we're going to do is skip 2 stitches, and we're going to do 7 double crochet in this next stitch. So skip 2 and work 7 double crochet in here. 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to pause the video here and continue doing my 7 double crochet, and I'll meet you when I get done. Okay, just finished my 7 double crochet. Now what we're going to do is slip stitch directly into that next stitch along. And this is going to bring our 7 double crochets, and so that it kind of looks a little bit like a little bump, a little feather. It's going to bring it back down to the work. Now what we're going to do is skip the next 2 stitches, and we're going to work another 7 double crochet in the third stitch. 2 and 3. So again, I'm going to pause the video here, and I will meet you back when I have finished with my 7 double crochet. Alright, just finished my second round of this. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 more of these patterns, so repeat the same pattern. So slip stitch, skip 2, 7 double crochet, and then when you're finished with this, slip stitch, skip 2, 7 double crochet. You will have 4 bumps at the end, and you'll have 2 extra stitches left over. So go ahead and work that pattern to the end, and I will show you what to do when we get back. So I just finished my 4th round of this. Now what I'm going to do is finish the pattern off with a slip stitch in the last stitch. So you might have 2 left. I know it's hard to see because the yarn is really dark, but I have 1 right here and 1 right here. We're going to skip this, and we're just going to slip stitch straight into this last stitch here, just like that. So there you go, there's your 4 little bumps right there, your 4 little feathers. Now to get to the next row, we are going to chain 1 on our work and turn. Now what we're going to do is single crochet in this first stitch right here. So the very first stitch that you see, single crochet. Now we are going to start our repeated pattern for each of the 4 feathers. We're going to do a half double crochet in the next stitch. Then we are going to skip this stitch and do 7 double crochet in the second stitch from the stitch that we did. So skip a stitch and 7 double crochet in this one. So 1, 2, 3. Basically what we're going to be doing with that is making our feathers a little bit bigger so that they match the rest of the body. So I'm going to finish working my 7 double crochet in this one stitch here, and I will meet you when I get back and show you what to do. Alright, just finished my 7 double crochet. Now what we're going to do is skip the next stitch, and we're going to half double crochet in the next stitch. Just like that. So that's bringing our yarn back down to our base, so that we get that little bump there. Now we are going to skip the next stitch and slip stitch in this middle stitch here, right in between the 2 bumps. Just slip stitch right there, and there you go, there's one little, see how much bigger that is. Now we are going to repeat this pattern twice. So for this one and this one, we are going to repeat the pattern, and I'll go over it with you still. So we are going to half double crochet, then we are going to skip the next stitch and do 7 double crochet in the same stitch, just like before. Seven. Now we are going to skip the next stitch and half double crochet in the stitch after that. Skip the next stitch and we are going to slip stitch right here. Just like that. So now we are going to we're going to skip this stitch here in the middle. We're going to do a half double crochet right on the next feather. Skip the next stitch and go back to our 7 double crochet in the same stitch. And we are going to skip the next stitch and half double crochet right here. Skip the next stitch and slip stitch. Now for this last feather, the pattern is going to be slightly different. So we are going to half double crochet in this stitch here, 7 double crochet in the next, then we are going to skip the next stitch and half double crochet here, single crochet in the next stitch, and then we are going to slip stitch into the last stitches, just like that. So there we go, there's our feathers. We are done. So we can make our single crochet and finish off. I'm going to weave in my end here, fix my other end, and then when I get back, I will show you how to add the beak, the feet, and the little waddle. So now we're going to move on to the head. We're going to go back to our original body color, whatever color you may have chosen for that, and we're going to make sure the feathers are, you want the right side of your work to be up, so this is the right side, this is the back side of it. You want this side up, and we're going to have the feathers to the left of our crochet so that we can crochet this way towards the front of the work. Just going to tie off my string. We're going to do 4 single crochet. So we're going to this one do 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. Do a single crochet in each of the 4 stitches along. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and chain 1 and turn around again. For the third row of the head, we're going to do 2 single crochet in the first stitch. So we're doing the very first stitch along the chain. We're using every single stitch in the chain. We're doing 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then 2 single crochet in the very last stitch. So we've upped ours to 6 single crochet chains. Chain 1, turn your work, 1 single crochet in each of the 6 stitches now. And as usual, chain 1 and turn around again. Now we're going to be crocheting 2 stitches together so that we can decrease our amount of stitches. And the way that you do this is really simple. You go into your stitch, wrap your yarn, pull it through, and instead of wrapping the yarn and pulling through like you would just to complete a single, because we're doing 2 together, we're going to insert into the next stitch, wrap our yarn and pull through, and then we're going to wrap and pull through all 3 loops on the hook. And that's how you crochet 2 together. I'll show you one more time, but first we'll do 1 single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. We're going to take our next 2 stitches and crochet them together again. So the way that you do that, insert into your next stitch, wrap the yarn and pull through, insert directly into the next stitch, wrap the yarn and pull through, then we're going to wrap and pull through all 3 loops on the hook. Now we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. So now we're going to crochet the last 4 stitches together, so we're going to single crochet 2 together twice. So like this, and insert into the stitch, wrap the yarn, pull through, insert into the next one, wrap the yarn, pull through, wrap the yarn, pull through all 3 loops on the hook. One more time. Insert, wrap, pull through, insert, wrap, pull through, wrap, pull through all 3. And that is all you do for that. Now we just have to finish off with our chain 1. Okay, so I finished weaving in my ends. Now I'm going to show you how to do the beak of this turkey. If you want, you can use orange if you prefer that. I'm going to use this nice pretty yellow color that I have. So the way that we do the beak is I'm going to put it somewhere, I'm going to put it a little higher than you would think you would need it, so that's like 5 stitches up, because we have to do 2 single crochet to the beak on. Alright, so we're going to tie it, grab our yarn, then we're going to do 2 single crochet, like that. Then we are going to chain 1, turn our work, and we are going to stitch these 2 stitches that we just made together. So just like we did for these, you're going to insert your hook, wrap, insert your hook in the next stitch, wrap, and pull through, wrap, and then pull through 2. So that you're going to get this beak. And that's it. That's it for the beak. I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to cut my yarn. So the way that you're going to weave your ends in with this one, because there's barely enough stitches to weave your ends in, is I just kind of use the back loop of the stitches. I prefer to hide all of my lines and excess yarn in the back of my work anyway, because it will look a little bit better that way. So I'm just going to weave my yarn through the back end of my beak, and then doing that also pulls this extra knot that you've made down so that it makes it more into a triangle shape for the beak, because that's what you want. There you go, now you have a beak. So what we're going to do next is grab our red yarn and make the little wattle. I don't know if that's actually what it's called, but it's the little thing that always hangs down from their beak. So the only way that you're going to do that, it's going to be really easy. Just insert the hook, bottom stitch of your yellow beak, and we are going to chain 2. And that's it. That is the wattle. So I'm going to chain a 3rd chain just so that I can get my knot. And what I did with this one to make, I thought this chain 2 wasn't enough. So what I did for this one, I'll show you, because this one looks a little bit sturdy. I cut off maybe a little bit extra than I normally would have, not too much, just a little bit extra than I normally would have, and I actually used this excess string to my advantage. So I actually chained 3, and it got a little bump at the end. I turned to the back of my work, kind of weaved in my ends straight into the red, but I used it to my advantage, and it made it a little bit bigger. And then at the top here, when I got it to this other one, I tied them, and then cut them. And remember, don't cut them too close, because if you cut them too close, your yarn is going to come unraveled, and that's not something that you want. So, there. That is my little wattle. Now we're going to re-grab our yellow or orange, whichever one you preferred, and we're going to make the feet. So turn your work around and you're going to attach your yellow 4 stitches from the bottom of the feather. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. This one right here is where we're going to attach our yellow. You're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you're going to do 3 single crochet in the second chain from the hook. So not this one, but this one. You're going to do 3 single crochet in here. 1, 2, 3. Then you're going to do a slip stitch in the same chain. And this is what the pattern called for, was that was it. You were just done. But I didn't think that little leg was good enough. So you can leave it like that if you prefer. But what I like to do was make it a little bit stronger and single crochet up the line and into the body. So just 3 single crochet, 2 in those extra stitches and 1 into the body, because that makes it seem a little bit less flimsy. And as always, I'm going to weave in my ends through the back end here. And there you go, there's a little leg. So the second leg is going to be 3 stitches over from this leg. So 1, 2, and 3. The pattern is going to be the exact same for leg 2. So go ahead and finish your second leg. Go ahead and rewind the video if you need to see me do it again. But if not, I will see you back when I'm finished with the leg. There you have it. There's your little turkey coaster. This pattern was really an awesome pattern. I really liked it. I actually found it on Pinterest, and this is my version of the pattern. Pretty much everything that is the same. I did a little bit different with the feet, and I did a little bit different with the feathers here. So if you want to see, this is the pattern from Pinterest where it has 3 little feathers. So if you want, I can do a second tutorial on this one here. I just actually made a mistake in the pattern when I was originally doing it and thought this was the correct way until I was recording and I noticed this was actually the correct way. So I did my version of it to make it a little bit more personal to my channel. But I will be happily post a second video of this if you want to see it with just the 3, whichever you prefer. And I had a few announcements before I wanted to stop recording here. I had an idea for something that I wanted to get your guys' feedback on. I realize I don't really know the skill level of my viewers of my crochet tutorials, so I thought of this idea where I would post like a 7-day, 5-day, whatever I can come up with, at maximum a 7-day beginner crochet tutorial video series, where basically what I do is I would teach you guys the basics of crocheting, like maybe how to make a knot for like how to make a slip knot, how to do a double crochet, how to do a single crochet, and it would just be a compilation of videos that teaches you guys the basic stitches and maybe tips and tricks of how to crochet, things like that. But I don't know if this is something that would be relevant to my viewers. So moving forward for me posting videos and for this new idea that I've come up with, I would like, if you don't mind, you guys to post down in the comment section below your crochet level, I guess you could say. So are you a complete beginner? Do you not know how to read a pattern? Do you not know how to do any of the stitches that I've showed you here today? Or do you consider, can you handle your own? Can you look at a pattern and know how to do it? Can you do this pattern without any problem? Do you know all the stitches? Are you like an expert and you just watch my videos for fun? This will help me post more relevant content on my blog. It will help me post more relevant content here, so that I know if I have to post beginner level stuff, like the stitches and everything, which is completely fine. I would definitely not mind doing that. So if you could post down in the comments below a little bit about yourself, and also I would just like to get to know you in general. And I don't remember what blog post it was in, but I did ask the same question in one of my blog posts, so go ahead and answer any questions I had over there. I might have had 1 or 2 different ones. I don't think so, though. And one other announcement I had is I started an email list. So an email list is basically, from my email list, I'm sure you signed up for some before, and I can email you You give me permission to email you, and the things that I like to email are weekly updates on the 3 different posts that I post on my blog, because I've been posting I post Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, so really on Saturdays, I'll send out an email and give you guys updates and a little excerpt from my blog posts so that you can go ahead and read them. And I'll post extra stuff on there I'll send out extra stuff on there as well, like the Etsy shop that I'm opening up, or reopening up. I've had it open up for about a year now or so, but I haven't really done much with it. So when that opens up, which is going to be opening up soon, I will be giving you updates about that, and I'll be giving you coupons. And on here, I know I post pretty sporadically on my YouTube channel, because the reason I originally made my YouTube channel was just for my blog. If I did a crochet video, or if I did a crochet tutorial and posted a pattern, I could post the video for my blog. But now what I'm trying to do is I want to get a little bit more consistent with my video posting. So every 2 weeks on Monday, I will be posting a new video. Most of them are likely going to be crochet, but I do post other videos. Like the other time I posted me doing a 3D puzzle for an owl, which was a lot of fun, and I really hope to do another one. And I was so confused because it was my first ever 3D puzzle. So go ahead and check that one out too if you haven't seen it. But yeah, I'll be posting more often now and with a consistent schedule. So that was a lot of information I needed to give you guys. All of that information, links and all, to my email list, to my blog, to the last post, whatever, will be down in the description so that you can check that out. And don't forget to like, comment about the video or the questions that I've asked you, and subscribe if you want to see more, because I'll be posting a lot more new content. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.